reactor test chamber. Whatever the activator is. Is Faraday there?
If she is, she's got a really impressive disguise. There's some sort of curious device here, though. I'm not sure what it does.
Then leave him the fuck alone, Pop!
Well, that would be boring. Get the curious device. I couldn't agree more. But before I do that, I kind of want to... This one's hand twitched on the left here. I saw it. Are you aware of my presence? Toasted chicory. What is this stuff? Bunch of papers, I guess, but I'm kind of curious as to what they say. Oh. There's some kind of note over here. Figured. I thought it was too good to be true that they'd be friendly. They didn't aggro for a while, though, even though it was close. Alright, read. Ma'am, efforts to improve the behavior of the defective robots continue. I have found that more stimulation to the feedback node than previously anticipated is required to facilitate any sort of meaningful response from the afflicted machines. More distressingly, ma'am, this has alerted myself to a potential flaw in my own programming. During the course of rehabilitory efforts, applying current to the unit's feedback nodes seems to simultaneously stimulate a discomforting response in my own system. A sympathetic response, if you will. While nowhere near the scale of the stimulation of defective units are experiencing, it is nevertheless impairing my effectiveness. I believe this increased empathetic resonance may be an unfortunate side effect of my elocutionary upgrade. I have resolved to endure it rather than degrade my communication facilities. It is a small price to pay. I am confident I have the necessary fortitude to overcome this slight impediment. Yours in progress, Overseer 045. My sincerest apologies for the unsanctioned renaming. So they named themselves back from a person back into a robot type name, at least. That's discomforting. So basically, the robot is starting to feel feelings for its own kind and questioning why it's doing it and feeling bad about it, possibly. Well, I guess it's not questioning why it's doing it, but it's starting to feel bad about doing it, which may cause it to start questioning why it's doing it.
It wants to be a real boy. Oh, dear God.
I couldn't have said it better myself, Roger. Let's take a look around to see if there's anything worthwhile in here. Just a bunch of hidden stuff, boxes. What's up here? Or is this the way we came in? Yeah, this is the way we came in. Okay. Let's take a look around this way. Oh, that's not good. Multiline leaking. You'd think it'd be flammable. Kind of neat if I could light the room on fire. Tyler, stop. Ooh. What the? I didn't want to do it. This game is really bugged out, though. You saw what that robot did. It, like, bugged across the room. It didn't have to be this way, man. I didn't want this. Oy vey, I'm just trying to find Faraday. Can you not?
Lovely day for it.
Best response ever. Lovely day for it. Oh, jeez. Wow. It's like on fire, like a laser burnt it into the wall. But why do we keep seeing piles of them? Like dead right next to it. Are these guys different than the ones that I've been killing? Or are they exactly the same? Or have they been fighting? So you look at these, they're gold with like blue, and then these are green with silver? Those were the different types that were fighting back there at the beginning, weren't they? Oh. Oh, look, more symbols on the ground. Well, we've seen that one before. Once, but a lot of these keep being new and different. Oh. Well, she's got one in she's got some in captivity here. Is that a giant grinder? Faraday, what were you doing to these robots? She has a bunch of different, like, models in here. Oh.
Schematic says you're now in the activator test chamber. Whatever the activator is. Is Faraday there?
If she is, she's got a really impressive disguise. There's some sort of curious device here, though. I'm not sure what it does.
Then leave it the fuck alone, Pop!
Well, that would be boring. Get the curious device. I couldn't agree more. But before I do that, I kind of want to... This one's hand twitched on the left here. I saw it. Are you aware of my presence? Toasted chicory. What is this stuff? Bunch of papers, I guess, but I'm kind of curious as to what they said. Oh. Dude, that's like, is that Da Vinci's drawing of a guy that had limbs like that? I'm gonna see if I can find it and I'll show it here on the side of the screen, but interesting. What are they? This game is so interesting because of its portrayal of like what it's trying to like say in between the lines without actually saying it. They have a lot of stuff like this, which most people playing would probably overlook and just play the story. But then I stop and I look at stuff like this and I'm like, what kind of symbolic message is this game trying to say? Is AI going to take us out? Is that what you're trying to tell me? And what is this? Well, I can't power it, and these two look like they're about to be ground dead. Was she trying to test what they would do if, like, tortured or destroyed? Alright, man, this is twisted even for you. Like, what are you up to? Oh, this is Arthur's device. We remember this. Oh, yeah, you remember Ollie? Arthur was like, what the fuck is it? He goes, like, basically, like, hell if I know.
That's a fair bit of Christmas there, isn't it?
Did you know the power switch was alarmed?
They're all quite mad, you know. Sometimes I think they want the Germans to come back.
Did you know the power switch was alarmed?
It's a shame of it, you see. They want another go.
You bloody knew!
How would I have known that? For fuck's sake, Artie, times are hard, but you and I go back a ways.
The tanks were hollow, Ollie.
What's that?
It's tank armor. The tanks, they're made of papier-mâché. We could have fought them if they didn't really have tanks.
No.
We wouldn't have given them Percy and the others.
Risen up.
I wouldn't have had to lie my way off that train. Oh my God. I lied my way off that train. I wasn't too old to go.
You don't forget a thing like that.
Didn't you hear me? I convinced the Germans they had my birthday wrong. And if it was only me, I'd just take my happy pills and sleep through the end of the world. But I promised. I promised Percy I'd keep him safe while we were in Germany. You promised to help me get to the bridge.
The one in the parade on Apple Home? How would you even get to it? You can't even go to Maidenholm. They shut that bridge down last week. No. You're right. You're always right. Ever seen one of these?
What does it do?
Haven't the foggiest. But supposing you took this to the bridge to Maidenholm, and supposing you told the bobbies you were there to fix the bridge works, it might enhance your credibility.
And from Maidenholm, I can get to Appleholm.
And Appleholm has the only bridge out of Wellington Wells. See? Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
Well then, see you on the other side.
I'd rather doubt that. Adieu, Artie. Good luck. That's a fair bit of Christmas there, isn't it?
Did you know the power switch was alarmed?
They're all quite mad, you know, the Home Army lads.
Did you know the power switch was alarmed?
I think they want the Germans to come back. It's the shame of it, you see.
You bloody knew!
For heaven's sake, Auntie, times are hard, but you and I are neighbours from way back.
The tanks are hollow, Ollie.
What's that?
The tanks, they're made of papier-mâché.
Like we made at school.
We could have fought them. If they didn't really have tanks.
Did you know they were fake?
Of course not.
I wouldn't have had to lie my way off that train.
I would have told the lads. Would have risen up.
But, Ollie,
Oh my God,
you were the General Secretary.
I did.
You must have known.
Don't forget a thing like that.
I lied my way off that train.
If we'd have known, we'd have risen up. We'd have had to.
I promised Percy I'd keep him safe.
We'd have saved you. And everyone else's kids.
Didn't you hear me? I have to go find him.
How? The bridge is crawling with policemen.
There's that thingamajig you told me about.
But I was going to use that.
You were going to leave me.
No, of course not. You're my daughter.
They'll never believe you're a bridge inspector.
You're right. You're always right. Take this to the Maidenholm Bridge and tell the bobbies you're there to fix the bridge works.
And from Maidenholm, I can get to Appleholm.
Oh, and say hello to Percy for me.
Well then, see you on the other side.
There are all these experiments. I think I'm supposed to use it.
I'm quite positive that you are not supposed to use it.
Okay, so I can go clockwise or counterclockwise. I kind of want to start with this one, but I don't want to fuck it up. So let's see what happens when I do it on pull or push. Pull. Oh! Oh! I didn't want to crush him. No. Okay, so let me hang on a minute. Push, pull. Okay, so. Oh, jeez. Rotate counterclockwise. Oh! I guess it doesn't matter which way I spin it. Faraday, why? Oh, God. I don't want to kill them. Does how I do this matter? Will it not kill them? So this makes this go up and down, but what does that do?
Wasn't that clever?
I think I've spotted Dr. Faraday. You know that cargo room that you were just in? There's some sort of gondola that goes out of it just above the lab.
There's a lift, but it's locked.
Maybe I can open it from here. Try it now.
I don't want to kill them. Oh, man. Okay. Right trigger, move up. If I move down, it's gonna kill them. If I do the opposite, they're gonna... Oh, I see. There's one for each. Oh, man. I wasn't... What are you testing on them for, man? This is, like, even for robots, whether they're sentient or not, this is not cool, man. Especially if they're sentient. So we know what the device Arthur got a hold of was, but... What does this thing do, if not in her lab? I mean, will this affect the robots in some way, I wonder? Yeah, we can't go through that other door, so I guess we have to go this way. Oh, it's an elevator. Alright. Man, look at that stuttering though, right there. Like this game. I heard there were some issues, but this is ridiculous. Like you guys need to hammer out these bugs. Like I can deal with some bugs. These aren't so bad. I don't mind the stuttering. I can get over that. But like that robot one with the like pavilion circle square
All right,
or whatever.
There's some sort of gondola here, but it seems to be locked up.
According to the schematics, there are 2 of those panels that you can use the ray gun on. They're, at the other end of this room, about 50 feet up the wall.
Well, how the hell am I supposed to get to them?
You're the smart one. Figure it out.
Oh, now we're the smart... Dude! Okay, that's eerie. That's really eerie. I've actually been meaning to read the book that's based on. Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep is literally a title of a book by... It's either George Orwell or Charles K. Dick. I can't remember. But I'll show a picture of it on the screen. There was an anime that I watched a long time ago called Psychopass, and without spoiling it for any of you that are interested, if you like this game and this style of stuff, I highly recommend Psychopass as an anime. Please go watch it. I don't know if the second one's any good, and the movie's so-so, as far as I feel, my opinion, mind you, but there's a guy that's in it, and I'll show him on screen a little clip of it.
I like a simple world where common things are done in common ways. I suppose you could say that I'm a man of the people.
We are ordinary, it's true, and that's why we're doing all this. It's this town that isn't normal.
Yes, this abnormal town. How should I put it? The city is like a parody of the sort of novels I used to read when I was younger.
Oh yeah, what kind? Like a William Gibson book?
More like Philip K. Dick. Not as controlling as the societies George Orwell depicted in his work, and not quite as wild as those in Gibson's either.
Philip K. Dick, huh? Never read him. So if I wanted to check him out, which one should I read first?
Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep? It's a classic.
There's an old movie based on that, isn't there?
The content's quite different. You should compare them when you have time someday.
Then I'll go ahead and download it right now.
No. Find the paperback. E-books lack character.
Got all the same words, don't they?
Physical books are more than the words they contain. They're also tools to stimulate your senses and adjust your thinking.
How do you mean?
When I don't feel well, I'll stare at a page forever before realizing I haven't absorbed a word. When that happens, I try to understand why. What's gotten in my way? On the other hand, there are books I can take in effortlessly, no matter how awful I'm feeling. Why do those books draw me in? I think it may be a sort of mental tuning. It's the feeling of the paper against my fingers, that familiar smell of pulp and glue, the momentary stimulation to my brain when I turn each page. These sensations regulate and focus my brain. They make it work better.
Well, that's discouraging. Why is it every time I talk to you, I leave feeling like there's something I've been missing out on my whole life up to now?
That's just silly.
I sure hope so.
It's almost time.
But he actually recommends this book, which I find fascinating. And the fact that I was actually looking the other day to buy this book online, and then seeing that now, I'm just, like, that kind of creeps me out a little bit. Are you guys watching me? Somebody knows of my ways. Pull lever requires power. Okay, I'm a little on edge now because of that. Do androids dream of electric sheep?
From the secret shadows of dawn, there's a darkness to disguise. The simple thought I recognize. Can't you see their beauty?